Hello everybody. We're going to learn how to put our trumpet together and to make the sound to get our first 3 notes on the trumpet. Now the trumpet is pretty simple in construction as far as putting it together. You just have the trumpet and you have the mouthpiece. So there's not a lot to it, but the way you do it is pretty important. The mouthpiece is placed into what we call the lead pipe or the receiving pipe, and you just give it a little twist and a push, and that's all you need to do to assemble your trumpet. The mouthpiece won't fall out as long as you give it a twist and a push. Okay? When you go to remove the mouthpiece, you give it a little twist and a pull. That's all there is. So you just go in, twist, push in, and there it is. Twist, pull out, you're all set. Now as far as things that you don't want to do, and lots of students will do this, is they'll bap the end of the mouthpiece like this because it makes kind of a cool sound. And the problem with that is that this is a tapered receiving pipe, and what happens is if you hit it too hard, that'll jam in there and then you won't be able to get it out. If your mouthpiece ever gets stuck, I have a special puller here to remove it. Please don't let your parents use pliers on this part of the mouthpiece because it will destroy the entire trumpet. Okay, so that's what you want to remember. Now earlier we talked about buzzing our lips and making the sound. So now we're going to actually figure out how to hold the trumpet and how to press the valves to make the first 3 notes. Okay, so first off, as far as with your left hand, okay, your trumpet is going to be held this way. Thumb goes on this side of the valve casing. That's these 3 valves here. I like to put my index finger here around and my ring finger in the finger ring, but some students like to do this and do a couple of fingers in there, pinky on the side, and some people even like to put their pinky, but my hand's too big. So this is what I like to do. It really is up to you. Some trumpets may even be missing this finger ring. It's not absolutely imperative that you have one at this point in time, but if it's there, you can use it. All right. This is the way it looks like from this side. Okay. And again, like I said, some students will do this, or even if they can get their pinky in there like that, but that's a little tough. Don't bring your fingers up over the top like this, though. Okay. So there we go. Now with your right hand, this is pretty important. This is what's going to work the valves. Your thumb goes right in this little notch here between the first and the second valve under the pipe, just like this. Okay, you don't want to do this, and let me see if I get my hand, like you don't want to do this, you want to just go right in there. And then rest your fingers, I'll turn this way now so you can see better, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, on top of the buttons. Okay, and that way there you can move them very quickly because you have leverage with your thumb underneath, right there. Okay, so again, don't bring your thumb in this way. Cramps up your hand. This is how professionals do it. As far as this little hook here, I don't recommend that you hook it if you can help it. All right. Some kids really feel I got to grab it. That will slow down this finger because these 2 fingers sort of work together. So I always like to play this way. And then if you need to grab your trumpet with your right hand, let's say to turn a page, you could do that. But when you're playing, it's a good idea to just have the fingers free without pinning the pinky down. Okay. So there you have it. Now, our first pitch is going to be called E, and to play that, I need to press down the first valve and the second valve. The first valve is the one that's closest to the mouthpiece. All right, so here we go. And I'm going to buzz my lips and press the first and second valves, and hopefully I'll get an E. Okay, once again. That's E. If I press my first valve and my third valve, and notice that I use my first and third fingers, I don't do this, but I just do like this, that will give me the note D. Once again. And then my third note that I'm going to learn or play is C, which is played open, meaning I don't press any valves. But good form would say I leave my fingers resting on top of the keys. Okay, so there's your first 3 notes, E, D, and C. I hope you find that helpful. Remember to practice.